Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all. Felicia Spencer versus Norma Dumont. I like this matchup, man. I was really glad that they kind of held out for Norma Dumont to match her up with a solid, competitive featherweight. Same for Norma Dumont. You know, the Danielle Wolf fight. I'm glad that fell through. I was so much more happier that they got two fighters that are a little bit closer in size and height and skill set as well. You know, this turned out to be a very competitive featherweight fight. First time around, I was watching this Saturday night, kind of on and off. I was in it watching it, but not really like technically. First time around, I did feel like it was very competitive, and I had Felicia Spencer winning the first round. But man, like when I went back and watched it, I was really impressed with Norma Dumont and her boxing and her commitment to her boxing and just her overall ability to land better shots in this fight and really control Felicia Spencer. Like, I'm used to seeing Felicia Spencer as being the pressure fighter, being the dog to really press the fight, you know, really go after it. But Norma Dumont, she was really good at nullifying the strength of Felicia Spencer in this fight. It was very competitive. I had Norma Dumont winning after I watched the fight, you know, a second time. First time it was very close. I could have seen it going either way, but Norma Dumont pretty much won in my eyes. The second time when I sat down and watched it very closely. But as y'all saw, the result was a split decision win for Norma Dumont. One judge had it for Felicia Spencer. I mean, it's all in what you were looking at towards that first and third round, I could see, but I thought Norma Dumont did well on the feet and on the ground and as far as in the clinch, you know, just showing her physical strength. But real quick, looking back at the first round, Spencer looked like she wanted to be a little bit more confident in her striking. You know, she was using some nice feints, switching stances to set up her punches. She was able to set up a nice hard left hand right up the middle a few times and land some good elbows on Norma Dumont. But Norma Dumont, after she took a few shots, she started to bounce around a little bit, find her range, and she started working in some hard leg kicks, you know, some hard leg kicks and a jab. Norma Dumont, she was doing well, making Spencer miss those high kicks early on, you know, kind of making her swing them high, and she would just kind of pull back or step completely out of range. But Spencer, she was coming back with a 1-2 a few times. Dumont coming back with 1-2 of her own. She was fighting back. She was fighting back stronger. Spencer, she tried to go in for a clinch and takedown, but Norma Dumont, this is the first moment where you see it in that clinch, who was the stronger fighter. Dumont had her back to the fence, and she was able to break easy and start using some nice front kicks to keep range. Very hard leg kicks as well. Very close rounds, some nice exchanges, but I think the more effective blows were landed by Norma Dumont. Again, those leg kicks, you know, I think they were really doing some damage, and then she would come back with those overhand rights and just finding her rhythm with her boxing. Second round, Norma, she started settling in a little bit more with her movement, but Felicia, she was finding her own range, landing a nice head kick. Spencer, she tried to rush in for a clinch, but Norma Dumont, she played matador. She kind of like spun out, let Felicia hit the fence. She ducked out, and then she kind of waved her off with her finger, you know, trying to, you know, showboat a little bit. Back in the center, Dumont, she cracked Spencer with a good 1-2. Waves her in with her hand, you know, she's kind of wavering with that little Bruce Lee wave, you know, trying to really kind of egg her on. And I like this movement. I like this movement and confidence from Norma Dumont. So Spencer, she comes in with some nice kicks and some single shots, but Dumont, she's giving her a little too much movement. You know, she's moving and rolling with these shots, and she's still landing her leg kick and a nice right hand. She's not a nice right hand off those kicks. Then this one big shot she landed from Norma Dumont. As Spencer stepped in, she landed a good right hand and a jab straight up the middle, stiff jab that kind of hurt Felicia Spencer. And then as Felicia Spencer stepped in once in this round, this was probably my favorite shot in the fight, but Dumont, she kind of dipped under and landed a nice left hook to the body, then a left hook to the head. I wanted to see more of those in this round throughout the fight, because when she was touching that body, I think she was getting some good results. So whenever Dumont dipped under with that left hook, that was probably the best shot of the fight for me. Spencer, she tried to go in for a clinch in the last minute. Dumont just looks too strong. She's able to control Spencer in these clinches and just break easy. Another Norma Dumont round. Third round, Felicia needing that finish, in my opinion. She came out with a nice body kick, only to eat a combo from Dumont and a nice jab to the body. So, you know, Dumont's mixing it up from here. Spencer, she's trying to land these kicks. She's landing some, but missing some because she's throwing these wide kicks, and Dumont sees them coming. She catches it, takes Spencer down. Dumont in that top position, she's just smothering in the guard of Spencer and working the body and just showing how strong she is. Usually, Spencer's the ball of energy on the ground, but Dumont, she was controlling, and Dumont takes it back to standing just to show she can do both. Spencer, she's taking the fight to her in the clinch, lands some nice elbows, good elbows on the inside, and then she tries for her own takedown, but Dumont gets the trip. Spencer winds up on top in the guard, not much action here. Dumont finished on top. Close round, very close round. Like I said, I could see where the judges gave it to Spencer, but I edged it Dumont. I had it 3-0. I had it 3-0 this time around when I watched. I think Dumont was much more accurate and active, better striking, just too strong in the clinch. Overall, good fight though, good competitive fight, man. And I just wish we had a full division so somebody like Norma and Spencer, they could fight their way up and grow as fighters instead of just jumping in there with the champion. Overall, I think Norma Dumont, if they had better, like, you know, better levels here in the featherweight division, she could fight her way up legit and get a fight with Amanda Nunes. I know recently she was asked about a Nunes fight. I gotta watch that and kind of give you my thoughts on it. I can't really remember off top. Somebody was saying something about Norma Dumont getting a title shot but her not wanting it. But I'll have to look into that, then I'll get back to y'all on that. But as for Felicia Spencer, maybe it was the year off, a year and some change off, but she seemed a little bit slower. Maybe she was just trying, you know, to commit more to her striking and pick her shots. But I think that she needs to go back and kind of work on her boxing as well, you know, just her movement and turning her shots over. She threw some nice kicks in here, but I would have liked to see her mix it up to switch levels a little bit more. So definitely got to see her go back to the drawing board. Didn't really see that high energy Felicia Spencer, but I guess she knew she was dealing with a bigger fighter like Norma Dumont. So yeah, overall good competitive fight. Damn it, Dana, just make that featherweight division. We need it. We need it because they got some legit women out there. They got more women out there like Norma and Felicia that need to get in the UFC and put on some exciting fights. This was a good fight. Make it happen. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.